Yo, what's up, YouTube? Alright, we're gonna get back with another video. Hope everyone is great. We're gonna see what exactly the first day of Lil Durk trial. I want to thank you all for the like, share, subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Let's watch this video.
I started my podcast with zero tech skills and just one tool, Riverside.
I heard it was very explosive on the first day. Very explosive.
Trial. The three defendants at trial are obviously Durk, Dee and Brown Eyes. Brown Eyes is one of the shooters. Three confirmed snitches.
I heard allegedly Vonnie was a shooter as well. He was one of the three shooters. This Vonnie right here. Look at his face. He look like a bitch ass nigga. You can tell he a bitch ass nigga. Him, KC Hester, OTF Jam. OTF Jam look like DJ Academics to me. Like he could look like a little bit of that. Y'all let me know. Do OTF Jam look like DJ Academics? Let me know.
Are OTF Vonnie, OTF Jam, and Flocka. His subscriber now, let's go. There's the legendary Brian Steele walking in this morning. Shout out all the reporters that are there in person. Taylor says prosecution opening statements. During opening statements, the prosecution laid out its case against Durk Banks and his alleged orchestration of the killing of Quando Rondo. Kavon Grant, or Vonnie, who pled guilty, is testifying for the prosecution and was described as Banks' personal assistant arranging guns and cars on Banks' behalf. Prosecution said Banks was consumed with getting revenge against Quando for the murder of King Von. Those involved, including Keith Jones, or Flocka, who is testifying for the defense, and David Lindsay, or Brown Eyes, were flown to San Diego on August 18, 2022. Wait, Keith Jones is cooperating with the feds. I don't know why she said he's testifying
Everybody cooperating with the feds against Durk.
for the defense. He's confirmed cooperating with the feds. Flocka. Mel tweeted out, confirmed cooperating witnesses. OTF Jam, obviously we all know that. Kavon Grant, or Vonnie, and Keith Jones, Flocka. All three pled guilty and will testify. So Brown Eyes and Flocka were flown to San Diego on the promise they would be paid for killing Rondo. Prosecution called the case both revenge and reward, describing the morning of August 18th as frantic in nature. The group traveled with only the shirts on their backs. People laughed at me saying, wait, so they brought no luggage?
The shirts only shirts on their back. So they expected this money. I could tell they didn't think that they needed to get any clothes. They thought, oh, Durk gonna give us some money right after it's done. You know, we're gonna be out balling in Beverly Hills buying new designer clothes. But it didn't happen.
Luggage? That's kind of what that means, right? They were in the airport. They have footage of them in the airport. They do. I guess they have no luggage. Prosecution's trying to say like they didn't even come prepared for a trip. Like they came to only kill someone. August 18th and 19th, two white sedans with tinted windows, one rented and one stolen, allegedly stalked Quando Rondo before he was targeted at a gas station. August 19th, 18 bullets were fired. Wait, on August 18th they were stalking him too? I think I remember that. So the day before they were out hunting too, apparently. I think I remember seeing.
Let's see. Updates on Lil Durk case. We gotta look this up. Thank you all for the views. I really appreciate it. You know, we're growing faster than you actually think. Let's look up. Oh, clear this. Okay. Let's see what City Nash got to say.
Bunch of lies. So let me get to my notes. Y'all know we're gonna do notes out here and everything. So Durk didn't have Drew, he didn't have Brian, he didn't have any of that. He had none of those individuals do his opening statement. He had Marissa Goldberg. And the way that she crafted it.
Wait, my bad. Let's go back.
Here at the Fed building. And we've been taught a whole bunch of lies. So let me get to my notes. Y'all know we're gonna do notes out here and everything. So Durk didn't have Drew, he didn't have Brian, he didn't have any of that. He had none of those individuals do his opening statement. He had Marissa Goldberg. And the way that she crafted it, she already exposed that the feds were lying about the text messages. So when you say, don't book no fights with my name on it, that wasn't even about nothing about LA. That was about some shows and some other shit. And she said, what sense does it make for him to book it anyways? What got revealed is that Vonnie is the mastermind. Kavon Grant is the 100% mastermind of all this shit. him and Jim, they turned snitches. And it's crazy because they admit that the day before, the early morning, they had the location on Quando Rondo, Jim, and Jim and Vonnie. And what ends up happening is they decide not to. So what happens is you find out that your boy Jim, his mouth don't stop working. That boy done operated and cooperated in over 30 cases. So you have that. Then you have Kavon Grant being the one who did all the drilling and all the setting up. He's the one who did the black shit shooting and all that, who's saying, hey, basically, bro, check this one out. I got something for y'all. I know how to do the stolen cars. I know how to get the guns. I know how to get the ski masks. I know how to do all that stuff. So you have that. And the way that he told on Lil Durk was simple. It wasn't no, hey, bruh.
All right.
Durk told me to do this.
Thank you all for giving me a second to help my grandma.
No, he gave the feds a breadcrumb.
Let's see.
The day before, the early morning, they had the location on Quando Rondo, Jim, and Jim and Vonnie. And what ends up happening is they decide not to. So what happens is you find out that your boy Jim, his mouth don't stop working. That boy done operated and cooperated in over 30 cases.
What? 30 cases? He's supposed to be some legendary Chicago stepper, and he's talking and killing. He a dangerous mofo, I'm telling you.
So you have that. Then you have Kavon Grant being the one who did all the drilling and all the setting up. He's the one who did the black shit shooting and all that, who's saying, hey, basically, bro, check this one out. I got something for y'all. I know how to do the stolen cars. I know how to get the guns. I know how to get the ski masks. I know how to do all that stuff. So you have that. And the way that he told on Lil Durk was simple. It wasn't no, hey, bruh, Durk told me to do this, Durk told me to do that. No, he gave the feds a breadcrumb. And the breadcrumb was simply this. Hey, how this happen? Check the credit cards. So that's why the credit cards became so goddamn important. But what they did reveal today was that, hey, man, he had access to them damn credit cards because they were under what's called Astronaut Soundz. So he had access because of his little shit and everything that he had going on. It was not what they tried to portray. So the feds, we didn't get to hear their opening statement, so you had to check on Trapper Ross for that. He got into the courtroom. It was crazy, bro. It was a lot of people, Durk's family, a lot of media who just decided to do whatever they're going to do. That's on the feds to do. But they say basically that Durk's family and everybody was already in California. I'm not going to say where Durk lived or anything like that, but you won't see any money. They said no money evidence, no bounty, no reward. And yeah, and then DC's lawyer came out, bro, and I ain't gonna lie. If there's somebody who possibly might get away as far as nothing, bro, it would be DC's lawyer. DC's lawyer basically dropped a bombshell that said DC has literally, bullshit you not, had nothing to do with none of this. DC just got shit told to pull up, and they talk about him pulling up to a bunch of places, and he was just hungry. He was a hungry OTF artist and all that. So basically, that's why he didn't have a mask, he didn't have a gun, he didn't have nothing. He don't got no text messages going to get Quando Rondo or any of that shit. That doesn't exist.
He sound like a trifling broke nigga to me.
And then you had Brown Eyes, and basically, his lawyer might destroy the murder for hire part of it, because he basically say, bro, no money was ever given before August 19th and after August 19th. David Lindsay, Brown Eyes is not a rapper. He ain't in no goddamn videos. He ain't in no raps. He don't do any of that shit. Now, once again, I was not able to look at the opening statements from the DA, from the Fed prosecutors, because basically we weren't in there. It got crazy as hell early morning, but there you go, man. The early shit from the Lil Durk trial, they weren't opening statements, and we're about to get back to it.
All right, shout out to Seti Nash. Let's see, Muhammad Gangat. Let's see what he got to say.
Your process, defense attorney just got out of the Durk trial. Opening statements will not be happening today. They were planned to have opening statements go on today. Instead, opening statements.
Oh, that was a couple days ago. Okay. Let's look at this. Let's go back to this video.
that. 18 bullets were fired. 3 shooters were dressed in black and wearing ski masks. So the shooters, I believe, are... I know Brown Eyes is a confirmed shooter, David Lindsay. I can't remember who the other 2 shooters were off the top of my head. I'm not going to say.
One of them is Vonnie, mind you, the one who's snitching, the one who getting married, cheesing all on the camera, on FaceTime. He did it. You could tell he not a street nigga. I feel like he was pressured. Plus, King Von, his cousin. So I feel like it was emotional draw for him to do so, but he should have left that alone, focus on being successful.
And be wrong. Everything I'm saying is alleged, by the way. The prosecution, this is their theory. Just want to clarify. Prosecution alleged Banks was at a rental home waiting for updates by phone. GPS data from the rental car allegedly show it traveling to Banks' rental home multiple times over the 2 days. The rental car, they say, that was out stalking Quando Rondo is going to a house Durk was living at, pretty much. That's not good for the jury to hear. But keep in mind, this is opening statement, so it's not, anything they say is not meant to be evidence. It's just opening. Prosecution also alleged Banks later tried to flee the country and ran from the FBI. Defense contradicted this. Shout out Michael Blackshire on Twitter. He said there's 1 black juror, a black woman, and I think there was like 5 white people and 5 Latino, and then 1 Asian. I think that's what I remember someone else tweeted. All right, defense opening statements. The defense argued Banks was not the leader and said the evidence will show he wanted to uplift others and provide opportunities. They told the jury that the history leading up to the murder goes long before the prosecution wants the jury to know, highlighting that Kavon Grant, or Vonnie, and Davon Bennett, nicknamed King Von, were cousins and extremely close. It detailed that Grant managed King Von's finances, lived with him, and the 2 even shared a bank account. Hold on. Vonnie was this close. He was a cousin, and he out here ratting. I'm just kidding. That's what people are going to say. That's crazy. The defense reiterated multiple times.
Yeah, that is kind of true when you point out. Von's turned over in his grave in hell or heaven, wherever you all think he is. You gonna snitch? You partake in getting back for Von? Nah, man.
2 were close as could be, and said Grant was there when his cousin was shot in 2020. Defense said one of King Von's final words to Grant was, "Why did you let me get shot?" Oh my God. Rest in peace, King Von, man. That's some crazy shit. They agree with the prosecution that this murder was driven by a need for revenge, but Grant enacted...
I know that probably messed with him. Why did you let me get shot? I mean, I'll feel some way, but at the same time, Von didn't tell him, "Oh, Von, yo, Quando right there, Quando." You get me? So it's his. This was done on his doing.
Did that revenge, not Banks. But they stated that text and messages the prosecution would show as evidence was taken out of context. They highlighted that Banks was not a leader. They further said people did not even listen to him. Wait, not even listen to Durk? Come on, bro. That's kind of funny. Like, Durk's not a leader of OTF. No one even listened to his orders or anything. The defense said that Banks was a successful, well-known face, which is why prosecution was looking to blame him. When Grant was approached as a search warrant was being executed at his home, the defense stated a light bulb came on. They said Grant told officials whose credit card was used, alleging Grant knowingly used the company card and turned it on Banks when he was pressed. The defense said it was confident it will prove to the jury that Grant was the mind behind the operation. I'm trying to find exact quotes on what everyone has said. The defense said in opening the prosecution...
Let's actually see this video.
On day 3 of the Lil Durk trial, the defensive strategy is to say that Vonnie, who happens to be King Von's cousin, set up Lil Durk by using his credit card and making it look like there was an unalivement for hire. They also are pointing that Vonnie might have been, jealous or felt some type of way by the OTF family and Lil Durk using King Von's death to sell music and so forth. And also explosive. According to the defense, Jam actually met with the feds over 30 times, and only 3 of those times are recorded. He's expected to testify. Now, Brown Eyes has already pled guilty to the unalivement. He has not been sentenced, and I feel like Brown Eyes might actually be the defense's rebuttal witness to discredit Jam and others that are pointing fingers at Lil Durk. What's up, it's your boy Donat here on day 3 of the Lil Durk.
Yeah, it's day 3. That's when they really giving out the information. So, so this pretty much sums it up. I'm going to keep reporting on it. I'm going to do a couple shorts. and I'll get back to you all. I truly appreciate you all watching me. I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit short. You know, attention span is not that long, so thank you all for liking, sharing, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one.